Hello everyone, this is Jyotsna Tiwari and welcome to today's daily current affairs session where we will discuss each and every point regarding your current affairs, regarding your upcoming exams, guys. Okay, and some all of type of important points we will discuss in this session. Okay, so let's have a look at what is which type of news in today's session and which type of question will rise in your exam related to that particular news. So here is the first news of today's session on your screen. But before to starting the news, first of all, let me change my pen color. Then we will discuss each and everything in details. Okay, guys. So here is the first news of today's session, and the news is that Water Life Mission was brought into a measure and monitor water supply. Okay. So we talk about water life. Basically, water life mission was brought into a measure and monitor water supply. Okay. So the mission is JJM. So what is the abbreviation of JJM? So JJM abbreviation is Jal Jeevan Mission. Okay. So Water Life Mission means Jal Jeevan Mission is to create a smart rural water supply ecosystem to measure and monitor to distribution of water supply in rural areas. Okay. So the national JJM means Jal Jeevan Mission has formed a technical export committee. Its objective is to prepare a roadmap to measurement and monitoring of water service delivery system in rural areas. Okay, so the committee constitutes a member of academic, administrations, technology, and experts from the water supply sectors. So, guys, these are the important points. So let's have a look at what is the characteristics behind this particular news. So here is the characteristics of this news. Here you can see that the first point is that the National Water Life Mission and the Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology met are to conduct the ICT Grand Challenge. The ICT Grand Challenge is to bring an innovation, modular and cost-effective solution to develop a smart water supply, measurement and the monitoring system for deployment at the rural level. ICT Grand Challenge will invite proposal from Indian tech startup, Ministry of Micro and Small and Medium Enterprises means MSME and the Indian companies. Last one is Indian LLP. So these companies are included in this particular mission, and they both are together. They all are together to will start the work on this particular mission. Next one is that okay. The Gujarat state government has begun to navigating sensor-based rural water supply system in 1000 villages spread across 5 districts. Okay, so these are the important points which we have already discussed about it. So guys, you will have to learn that which type of question will rise in your exam. Okay, so let's have a look at which type of question will rise in your exam. Okay guys, so let's have a look. First question which will definitely rise in our exam, and the question is that we recently in which mission create a smart rural water supply ecosystem? Then your answer will be Jal Jeevan Mission. Which committee is recommended for the Jal Jeevan Mission? Then your answer will be Technical Expert Committee was Technical Expert Committee has formed for the Jal Jeevan Mission, National Jal Jeevan Mission. Which type of constitutes member are including in this particular committee, in this particular mission? Then your answer will be academic, administration, technology and experts from the water supply. Here some key areas you will have to learn about that: MSME, micro small medium enterprises, Indian LLP, Indian companies. So these are the companies which is included in this particular mission and work together. Okay guys, so that's all. And one more question will definitely rise on your exam, and the question is what is the abbreviation of MEET, what is the abbreviation of E in the MEAT? Then your answer will be Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Okay, I hope you will understand each and everything in details guys. So if you have any doubt, then you can ask me in the comment box. And here is the next news of today's session. Sorry. And the news is that IIT Bombay students launched the Indian option for scanning application. Okay. So recently IIT Bombay, we talk about IIT Bombay students launched the Indian option for the scanning application. Okay. Here you can see that the students of Indian Institute of Technology Bombay means IIT Bombay have a free mobile application air scanner. It was developed by Rohit Kumar Chaudhary and the Kavin Agarwal of IIT Bombay. The mobile application is compatible with the Atmanirbhar Bharat. The aim to innovation to help people in education. Sorry guys. Okay. And here is the some key points regarding this air scanner app. So you can see that the artificial intelligence based reading assistance and the document scanner app can scan documents. It can be used to read users who have difficulty reading English. Okay. Documents scanned using a mobile camera will be saved in PDF format stored in the device only. The app will not collect any information about the user. So this is the benefit of this particular app, that this app will not collect the information about the user, and all documents are stored in the phone's local storage. So what is the air scanner app? Is free and safe. This app is a artificial intelligence feature reads scanned pages. It also provides the meaning of the selected words to the user in 40 different languages. That means not only this app provide the translation, but also there are 40 languages available in this app. Okay guys. So these are the important points regarding this particular news. So let's have a look at which type of question will rise on your exam regarding this news. So here is first question which will definitely rise on your exam, and the question is that which IIT students launched the Indian option of for scanning application. Then your answer will be IIT Bombay. Okay. Next question will ask about the two persons name who are launched this particular app, or who are make this particular app made this particular app. Then your answer will be Rohit Kumar Chaudhary and the Kavin Agarwal of IIT Bombay. And these are the characteristics about this particular app. There are 40 different language which is available in this particular app. Okay guys. So I hope each and everything will clear in detail. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me in the comment box. Okay. So guys, here is the next news of today's session, and the news is that Kerala became the first state to establish the first international women's trade center in India. So here you can see that the Kerala, we talk about Kerala, became the first state to establish the first international women's trade center in India. Okay. So the Kerala state government aims to establish India's first international women's business center in Angameli with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. It aims to accelerate female entrepreneurship. Okay. So what is IWTC? So guys, please remember this IWTC is the abbreviation of International Women's and Business Center. Okay. So what is this International Women's Business Center? So here you can see some key areas, some important points. Here you can see that this center will secure gender equality and provide women with a safe place away from home to start new businesses, established or expand businesses, and option their product globally. The Federation of Indian Chamber of the Commerce and Industry (FICCI) is organized by Kerala State Council of increase the opportunities for MSME women entrepreneur in Kerala. Please remember this. The objective of this particular trade is to develop to encourage the to develop the women's entrepreneurs. Okay, it aims to increase women-led efforts through the comprehensive support measures, and at the same time, it aims to increase to competitiveness to exploit a market opportunity. Will enable women entrepreneurs to come forward and be participated in international trade, enjoy greater economic benefits. Okay guys, so these are the important points regarding this particular news. Here you can see all this point. So let's have a look that which type of question will rise on your exam regarding this news. So first question which will definitely rise on your exam, and the question is that recently which state became the first state to establish the first international women's trade center in India? Then your answer will be Kerala. Second question will rise about that what is the abbreviation of IWTC? Then your answer will be International Women's Business Center. Next question rise about the abbreviation of FICCI. This is very very important, guys. Then your answer will be Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. This is the abbreviation of FICCI. Okay. Organized in which state? Then organized in Kerala. Okay, so that's enough for this particular news. So let's have a look for the next news, and here is the next news of today's session, and the news is that recently Onam Mahotsav, just give me 1 minute, guys. Okay. Okay. So first of all, let me change my pen color. Here is. So recently, Onam Mahotsav was celebrated in Kerala on 31st August 2020. So Onam festival is celebrated in which state? So in Kerala on 31st August 2020. In the Onam festival began on 22 August. The main festival was held on 31st August on Trionam Day or Holy Onam Day. The festival ends on 2 September. The festival is celebrated in Kerala. So what is the history behind this particular festival? So here we can see that according to legends, the festival is celebrated to welcome King Mahabali, whose spirit is said to visit Kerala during Onam. Okay. So Onam is celebrated as a paddy harvest festival. Here we can see that during the Onam festival, people wear their traditional attire and prepare to Onam sadhana. They participated in a variety of group activities such as Pokolam, Rangoli made of fresh flowers, Vallam Kali, boat race, Puli Kali, tiger dance, Kai Kotu Kali, Onam dance, Kumati Kali, mask dance, and the various other activities. Okay, so these are the important points regarding this news. Let's have a look at which type of question will rise in your exam regarding this news. So here is first question which will definitely rise in your exam, and the question is that recently Onam Mahotsav has celebrated in which state? Then your answer will be in Kerala. Second one is that recently Onam Mahotsav was celebrated in Kerala on which date? Then your answer will be 31st August 2020. Okay, next question will rise that what is the other name of Onam? Then your answer will be Holy Onam Day and the Thiru Onam Day. Okay, these are the other name of the Onam festival. Okay, and this festival is ends on 2nd September and celebrated in Kerala. And which type of activities are done in this particular festival? So here you can see that the Rangoli, which called in Kerala's language Pokolam. Okay, Vallam Kali means boat race. Puli Kali means tiger dance. Kai Kotu Kali means Onam dance. Kamutti Kali means mask dance, and various other activities which is done by their people in this particular festival. Okay, I hope you'll understand each and everything in details, guys. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me in the comment box. So here is the last news of today's session, and the news is that former President of India Pranab Mukherjee passed away on 31st August 2020. Yes, recently. Okay, yes, recently what? So, recently, former President of India, who is Pranab Mukherjee, passed away on 31st August 2020. Recently, former President Pranab Mukherjee passed away. He was 84-year-old and he was one of the most admired political leaders, in India. So let's talk about Pranab Mukherjee. Let's discuss some important points about Pranab Mukherjee. So here you can see that the veteran Congress leader Pranab Mukherjee has a 5 decades long political career. Prior of his political life, Mukherjee worked as a teacher and journalist. He served as a member of parliament 7 times, serving in the cabinet of several prime ministers, and his political life began in 1969. Then he was elected to Rajya Sabha during the term of the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Okay. He served as the leader of the Lok Sabha from 2004 to 2012. From 2006 to 2009, Mukherjee served as the External Affairs Minister. He also worked as the External Affairs Minister. He then became the Minister of Defense 2004 to 2006 and the Finance Minister from 2009 to 2012. Next one is that in 2014, Mukherjee was elected as the President of India. He served as the 13th President of India from 2014 to 2012 to 2017. The great leader was awarded the Padma Vibhushan, India's second highest civilian award in 2008, and the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award in 2009. Okay. So these are the important points regarding this particular news. So here I have some looked at which type of question will rise in your exam regarding this particular news. So first question which will definitely rise in your exam, and the question is that recently, okay, actually they all know, you all know guys very well that who was the president, who was the Pranab Mukherjee. So which type of question will rise on your exam regarding this news? So first question which will definitely rise that he is awarded with which two awards. Then first one is Bharat Ratna and the second one is Padma Vibhushan, and that's enough. He got the Padma Vibhushan award in 2008 and the Bharat Ratna in 2019. Okay, so these are the important points which we have already discussed. Okay guys, so that's all for today's session. I hope you'll understand each and everything in details. Guys, if you have any doubt, then you can ask me in the comment box. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Here you can see the screenshot of the current affair, screenshot of the quiz. So basically I want to say that guys, if you want to give the quizzes on daily basis, so for that you will have to go to the Google Play Store, download the Entry app now, and register your mail ID, register your phone number, and you can give the quizzes on the daily basis and analyze yourself that where are you stand right now, and according to that you can prepare yourself, you can boost your preparation. Also you can visit our YouTube channel Banking 2.0. Okay, for that you will have to go to the YouTube, type Banking 2.20, subscribe the channel now, and don't forget to tap on the bell icon. Also guys, please don't forget to like, comment and share this session as much as you can. You can share this session with your colleague, relative, friends, whomever you are studying. Also, you can share this session on your social media account like your Facebook group, WhatsApp group, and your Telegram group. Wherever you are available, you can share this session there. Okay. So, thank you very much for cooperate with me. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.